Welcome to Invite Sent. We are a live streaming show where we interview people and play video games.
Jason, get it in there.
Let's go. Oh, let's go. Got him. Got, son. Still there. Got him.
Excited for that. Ooh, just got in front of you. So I think that.
Got him.
Let's just get that.
He's upset. He's uninstalling the game.
Oh, watch it. Tire.
You should have seen I jumped right into it.
Oh boy.
Oh, they're
Okay,
here. They're here. Hiya. How do I shoot them? I have a gun, don't I?
You don't want to. I would never probably shoot right now in their seat because your job is to heal us.
Okay. I like to jump right into the gameplay and start asking questions because there's plenty of interviews out there that are just two faces side by side talking about something. But let's not do that. Let's ask you hard questions while you're trying to play a video game on live stream.
I don't think I can talk and clean. It's very complicated.
What is your earliest memory of playing video games?
I do remember playing Pong on, it's probably like the Intellivision.
What was your go-to game then, girl?
A lot of people probably don't know what this is, but it's Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
We had our event last year. I don't even think we were really using the term metaverse. We were just saying we're going to be in Decentraland. Or maybe we did use the term metaverse, but like it wasn't popular. Just like blockchain and crypto didn't really become popular, mainstream popular, until NBA Top Shot created those moments. And then NFT became popular.
Man, I'm glad you're asking these questions.
One of my go-to games was probably NBA Street Volume 2.
Oh man, you just gotta pick like a seedless grape.
We are the best video game players in this video
on stream.
On this specific stream. Let me ask this: Why coach? Why coach esports?
I always was an avid gamer. You know, I fell in love with gaming. Life happened.
Yeah.
Got out of gaming for a while, then went back in because of some of my students. You know, I just saw all the career and college pathways, man. And I was like, I don't think nobody else is looking at it the way I'm looking at this thing.
Helps us quite a bit.
I fell off. I'm sorry.
Oh,
that's dumb.
Okay.
That's first of
that
all,
happens.
That's dumb that they have a place to. My kill cam is me? Dadgummit. Yeah, that happens in pro Overwatch. Your kill cam is yourself. Oh, I fell off the freaking thing again.
There we go.
Oh, I don't know how to do that. I don't know. Okay. Oh no, did you die? Oh my god. Oh gosh.
Get your school into the high school esports league community. It's complete.
I think those conversations are important to normalize that it's not okay, because as long as you keep saying like this is not okay, then tell me what is okay. And then having those strong females within the gaming space is also definitely a move in the right direction.
I feel like my games were a little easier earlier when I had my lobbies. Pretty sure.
Well, those were bot lobbies. So.
Those were bot lobbies.
They didn't think they could be here. They thought it was just a boys' game, or they weren't comfortable. They didn't want to compete. That really highlighted the fact that we've got to make it more inclusive for girls. We have to make welcoming, open environments. We have to give them champions and examples of mentors that they can see and that they can be. And despite whatever culture or society says, they absolutely are a part of this world, and they can absolutely make a difference in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, art.
So this was a Kickstarter project, correct?
Yeah, so I scraped money together on my own when we went up to Kickstarter.
At what point would we say they move from club to designated under the school's banner?
Obviously, it's going to come from support staff. Having a director of a program and then having per game coaches, I think, is a great way to help with that.
The parent interaction is a big part of it, especially for somebody who's in this industry and, fought to try and be here. What I see is, what I strive for is to show parents that gaming is a legitimate way to create a career for yourself, right? And these tournaments do that.
When it comes to character creators, the disabled community is not really represented in the game itself. That was something that we wanted to attack on our way in. So one of the first things we ever built was this character creator. We call them enhancements. So the wheelchairs, you've got different prosthetic,
different eye colors as well.
Heterochromia, different color eyes is heterochromia, which is like super common.
Oh, on this one, you shoot his legs out and then he falls over and he disappeared for some reason. Okay,
it's one of my favorite things about Apex is I can do absolutely nothing in this period right here.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, look at this! I'm flying. This reminds me of Kingdom Hearts, which have you ever played Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah. My 9-year-old big fan.
So I won victory. Dad dab. Yes. I'm over here hitting R like I'm reloading my gun accidentally for some reason. I have no idea. Or C to crouch. And
I said, so, hey, have you heard about esports and how it's benefiting schools and how it's doing all this for students? And they said, I've heard some of it. Well, did you know that it's happening right now and it's something that you guys can jump on board with?
So I was a sergeant. I was an E5. Seeing the work that we were doing with the kids and seeing like, hey, this is something that we can really build and make a positive influence on the kids that we're working with.
Particularly, Bubba, here's my big thing, particularly people who look like me.
Yeah.
In the educational technology space and in the esports space, because I said that it's being underserved. I need for directors, I need for teachers, I need for students, I need for anybody to, when I'm talking to them, they say, oh, whoa. And they may not say it, but I know sometimes they're thinking it, well, there's this African American, there's this black man in this space talking esports, talking educational technology. We may have not seen that before, and that's important.
Like as you said earlier, you mentioned like a parent asking about esports challenges for their kid. I think that's like wonderful. Like how many parents back in the day actually had interest in gaming when it's not like, academically viable.
And so I reached out to Mike and Christy.
Hey, it's my pastor Ronnie. What's up, bro?
High School Esports League, which was our league, coincidentally. Christy answered my email and she was like, you've got some technical questions. I'm gonna loop Mike in on this.
Of course.
It was just the best meeting I've ever had.
Hey, I know you're already going to be here for the tennis tournament. You got to come by, dude. Take 15 minutes out of the tennis tournament. Come inside. Get a breath of the air-conditioned air, and just come see what my kids are doing. And that's all it took. They just had to see it with their own eyes. Oh, these are the kids that are playing in esports. It was the kids who ate lunch by themselves, the kids with no friends, the kids, we were worried about them dropping out of school. But hey, you know what? They came to school on Friday because they wanted to play Super Smash Brothers in the library.
My name's Kyle Mullins. I'm the youth pastor and work with 6th through 12th graders. It's probably where we started spending the most time together is when we went to China and put on a soccer camp. And then got into streaming a couple months ago between my fumbling through the world and gaming all of my life, but now fumbling into streaming and stuff.
One of the things that's really important to me is the kids learn to be positive influence, to not be toxic. I've seen kids get really mean and be bullies.
If the industry truly wants to actually serve these communities, and it's going to come from the publisher down, we're going to have to provide support behind titles that can be played on the platform that these communities can actually have access to. It comes from the publisher down, it's just the empathy comes from the businesses and the consumers down.
You know what? Let me in front of you. Let me be your shield, and that way you don't die as quick.
In addition, I think one of the more exciting things I got to do is I got to be one of the official co-streamers for the Overwatch League opening day this past season.
Well, my background's actually in acting. I went to school for musical theater back in the day. I don't think I can talk and clean. It's very complicated.
All good things sometimes must come to an end. I'm actually leaving the world of education.
What?
Yep, big reveal. 6 days. I'm actually in conversations right now about my next
Miles
steps.
Harvey in the chat, officially here in the public on the show. Were you a CIA agent? I just have to ask you.
I was not. I did work in the Bureau of Intelligence and Research.
Oh crap! Oh crap!
Oh no! Well, it looks like.
I should have stayed so close to the edge.
ESA is the voice and advocate for the video game industry in the United States.
And we're really lucky in that we get to stay really mission driven and stay focused on the impact that this is having on students and schools. We don't really need to get into the nitty gritty of the numbers, which is, I think the thing is like an educator you probably fear when you're leaving the classroom.
If you'd like to be on invite sent to be interviewed and play video games, please go to bubbagatter.com and request to be on the show. And I'll let you know if the invite is sent.
Oh my god.
Trade.
Yeah. Come on in, big guy. Come on. You won't.
How do you heal and how do you live? What?
He threw a black hole at us like Thanos. You can't. That's not a button. I don't have that button.
I don't have that button either. Welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Everyone in the chat, Bear Armor, hello on YouTube. Miles Harvey is in the chat. How weird. We're going to see him shortly. Chris Turner, thanks for being here on LinkedIn. We are live on multiple platforms. Hello, I'm Bubba Gaddert. Thanks so much for being here. We are going to be playing some games today because this is Invite Sent. This is a live streaming show where we play video games while we interview people. Or while we interview people, we play video games. Either way. Slugs Gaming on Twitch. Hello, welcome to the show. We are live on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and we're so excited you're here because we're going to play a little bit of video games. And I'm going to bring in my guest to the show, Miles Harvey, PhD. Hello, sir. How are you?
Yo, time to game, Bubba.
I'm excited. I am excited, and I'm trying to match your intensity from pre-show here, and I did not do pre-workout. So
hey, some of us are just naturally hyped. Sometimes we have to add a little water to get to it.
Well, we're gonna jump into some Rocket League. I don't even know what custom games or casual. Which one should I do? 2v2?
I think we 2v2 it. We
Okay,
jump
great.
into the world and we compete.
Excellent. I think I played Rocket League a few times on the show, and for those out there watching, I am on mouse and keyboard. I am so sorry to all of you in the industry. Oh, it's already starting up. Okay, I'm hearing noises. Okay,
It's
go.
time to get some clips for Invite Sent. This is the season 3 trailer about to happen. We're gonna live it.
Okay, here we go. I've forgotten all of the buttons, by the way.
You just follow your heart, Bubba.
My kids. Wait, hey, you scored in 4
Yeah,
seconds.
Bubba, this is Invite Sent. We're not messing around. Welcome to the show.
You scored in 4 freaking seconds.
Listen.
Oh my
Questions
gosh.
might even be secondary at this point. People are gonna be like, "Can we sign this guy?" No. Bubba, go for it.
I hit the camera button.
He absolutely
Oh no, they scored on us.
It's okay.
I'm
You
going
know,
the wrong
just
way.
This as fast as I score, we're gonna get scored on.
Okay,
It's not a
all
big
right.
deal.
I'm in the game here. All right, those out there
keep
watching
up.
Rocket League, sorry, it's 50-50 ball here, and half of it is being carried, 95% of it. I'm gonna play a little defense. Oh, never mind, you're there as well. Oh, that's the button. Oh, what a shot!
Nice try. Let's go. Get in there,
Okay.
Bubba. Let him know what you got.
Okay, so while we're playing here, this is the hard part. Ooh, almost demoed him. Nice. Good shot, good shot. What was the first game you ever played? Grown up, drop it for me, right there. Yeah.
I'm putting it in.
Oh,
you put it
no,
in.
it's too early.
First game I ever played is Super Mario Brothers on the old Nintendo, but I mean that's pretty classic for everybody. When I was very young, I was playing on the old Game Boy.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Definitely playing Tetris. Yeah, man, I was an old school gamer. And I had older siblings, so they were the ones who let me play on their things. You know, I didn't have like a system. You know, like I was the guy who was ruining all their save files and stuff. Like I wasn't playing full time. Honestly, I don't think it was until like
I'm sorry, I'm hitting spacebar for jump, and this is the wrong game.
Bro, what is spacebar doing?
Is camera. All right, we got this. All right, I'm gonna I got this.
Okay.
What
Go
consoles? There we go. Let's go. There we go.
When I was in 4th grade, the Nintendo 64 came out, and that like absolutely changed my life. I know that like, oh, there you go. In some of my like research I was doing, I kind of like do a little timeline of like what age I was and what grade I was, and then what like devices came out, just to kind of like showcase the like the etymology of where like where we came to be. Get there! Oh!
Wait, that's our goal.
I'm passing it to you, man.
You passed it to me in front of our goal?
Yeah.
So I don't have faith in me to hit the ball ever.
Absolute faith in you.
Hit the ball ever.
I've seen you in every episode, and I know you're a gamer. I know you're a gamer.
I'll turn it on.
It's innate. You were born with it.
Ooh, nice shot,
Maybelline.
bro.
Thank you.
Bear Armor over on Twitch now. He was hanging out on YouTube. He says, I'm excited to see Dr. Harvey get questioned. So he's definitely a kid.
Yeah,
Chris Turner called you Miles Rocket League Harvey.
This isn't an interrogation, Bear Armor. Like, I'm not incriminating myself by
Good
any
shot again.
In the mix.
Oh, they're mad. They're mad. They're about to uninstall. What's up, Slugs Gaming? Okay, so then, what if those were your kind of your first games? What was like more your favorite games middle school?
I would say on the Super Nintendo, I was pretty big into like the Donkey Kong series. I played Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3, F-Zero. I was a Street Fighter 2 Turbo guy. I liked to get into the story games, but I also really liked the competitive like racing or fighting games. Just kind of overall an adventurist in the game. I was never really good at any specific game. Like, you know, my brother is 7, 8 years older than me, and he was just better at me in anything I've ever done my whole life. So when we play NHL 94, which he still claims to be the best NHL 94 player in the world.
Okay.
I was like, come to DreamHack, let's settle this.
Okay. That's the one
he
you're
would
going
pull
to
his
soon?
goal. Yeah, he would pull
Okay.
his goalie and play the whole game without a goalie on me, and like, you know, make fun of me and stuff. So a lot of people are like, why are you the way you are in games? I'm like, because I had an older brother who never let me win in anything, and now it's my time. So like, everybody pays. Oh, except for Annoying Hammer. Oh, sorry. It's the genre.
I'm with you
Oh,
for
here we
that.
go.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, big sports guy. Probably the most annoying basketball or football gamer you would ever play, because like, you know, in Madden, whatever, I'm going for it, 4th down, no matter what, fake punt return, weird play, and you're like, this doesn't even make sense. Like, you're not even playing normal football. And when I'm playing basketball games, you know, I'm taking full court shots all the time. Then they're not even
Yeah,
like,
right,
come on,
right,
man,
right.
like, why are you doing that? That's not what you do normally. I'm like, well, surprise, my and one mix remix tape self that is how I play.
Ooh, nice, almost.
So yeah, definitely in like NBA Live 95 was just straight goated. I remember
Sure.
my brother's like, did you ask for this for Christmas? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, how'd you know this game would be cool? And I'm like, I don't know, because I read my Nintendo Power gaming magazine, and it was, you know, back in the day, you know, your parents go to the grocery store. I'm at the magazine rack trying to find the cheat codes to all the games I suck at.
Right, man. Wasn't that the life right there?
Yeah. You go at the register, and the person would be like, "Oh, that's a shame. Your kid has to cheat and buy the magazine." My mom's like, "What? These are to help you cheat?" I'm like, "Mom, that's not how it works." I don't know why that person at the register is saying that. Like, we don't have the internet and YouTube. I don't know how to even get past level 4 in the game you paid $50 for. I've been stuck on.
Right.
Or like, so very like, I really do think, conceptually speaking, that the very beginning of gaming helped me iterate like where we are today and how to juxtapose the differences between like what we're privileged to have and like what it's become. You know.
Oh, I just got dumped on. I just got absolutely posterized. I'm having a feeling that I forgot about this game. That usually games I play, since I'm asking questions and you're answering, but man, this is hard just listening. There's so much going on.
We got this. We're gonna tie it up. Double Windsor here. Okay, bake him, shake him. Let's go in. Earthquake him.
I'm holding middle.
Pass to the middle. Yes.
Oh!
No!
That was so late.
Tell me why.
Ronnie on
Okay.
Instagram, he says he knows what time it is.
Bubba, this is all you.
Oh!
Okay, just kidding.
No!
This is all me. We can do this. No! Bubba! Go to the net, Bubba! Go to the net, Bubba!
No, I was there! I was right there!
How do you sleep at night? How do you sleep at night? Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna live and we're gonna forget. We're gonna grow from this. You know, if you're watching the show, it's okay to breathe. Oh, they want a rematch.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they want to win easily.
Yeah, we're back out. We're not getting. No, we're not going to give it to them. We're back out.
Cameron
Ain't no
Savage,
way you get a privilege.
Cameron Savage on YouTube. What a shot by 450. He's the GOAT times 2.
Times 2. Wow.
Master. Oh, so what is your rank here in Rocket League?
Well, I am a grand champ in hoops, which is.
Oh, we should play that because.
Yeah, right, bro. That's insane.
Because I'm so bad at this one that there's no way I'll be good at that one.
Let's jump into the hoops tournament. It starts in 59 seconds. You see in tournaments, go to main menu, tournaments.
You want me to
hit,
right now?
Yeah. You can. Or you make me party leader or whatever. I'll do it.
Yeah, let me figure out how to do that. Want me to ban a match?
Bottom left. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're in a match. I'm not even in it with you.
Oh, you weren't with me? I hit ready up. All right, so bottom left, you said?
Bottom left, you can click my profile and
click your profile. Thank
make
you.
me party leader.
Set to party leader. All right, take care of it.
We can play some. This will be good. You want high level hoops? We're gonna get it. I mean, I don't know how we're gonna fare, but it doesn't matter because we're all in.
Oh, it starts in 50 seconds. I just rewatched our loss and how your face is so sad.
I was devastated. I was like, I set it up for you. I literally
you set it up so well.
Dropped the ball in for you to just chaotically throw yourself at a win. That's okay.
That's great. That's great.
So yeah, just gaming, life.
Gaming. Hashtag gaming.
Hashtag.
Wait, so where'd you grow up though?
Albuquerque, New Mexico,
Okay.
but I am Canadian, so I'm the dual citizen. I'm the
born
ice
in
hockey
Canadian.
player in Canada.
I was wondering this NHL thing.
Okay. College hockey player, grew up playing hockey. Still a big hockey player, and really competitive. Rocket League, to many is like the hockey version of gaming. You get to hit, you get to demo. There's a lot of quick paced.
Yeah.
It's very fluid. It's got the soccer vibes. It's got the basketball vibes. It's pretty. So yeah, to me, like, it's all kind of blended together. Some people are like, why esports? And I'm like, well, because of the natural evolution of what I did. I was very competitive. I played college hockey. Like, I got into coaching. Like, we don't have a middle school hockey team. We're not in Minnesota. We're not in British Columbia. We don't have, maybe at the high school level here, but even then. So what makes me a coach in Scholastic Esports? Me being a coach in college hockey, like me being an educator, me wanting to still compete, and me loving Rocket League and realizing that this is a great way to do the same things. I'll go. You stay back and run the show!
I love that you called us invite sent. That was so nice of you.
Yeah, we're just big time here. Don't. Hey, what are you doing?
They were going for a goal.
Never give up. Oh my dear God. I was going to go for this nasty hit.
Ronnie on Twitch, take Bubba into the wonderful world of drop shot. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Ronaldo hit the rim. Doesn't matter. Still goes in. His ego's. I'll go.
Okay. All right. I'm back.
I'll go.
I'll stay back every time.
Oh my!
Good God! What just happened?
You ran in front of me.
I was driving. I'm driving backwards right now.
Okay. Here's the deal. We're coming back. Not a big deal. Okay. Not gonna get clipped on.
I'm hitting.
We're not a cheap guy. No.
The rim. Nice. I'm with you. I'm right behind you.
Okay.
No, that was a bad idea. Oh, this is nice. Okay, that was a really good shot for them off me.
Faking him. Oh.
How do I get in the sky like this? I don't get it.
You just, double jump, boost, and
you can
lift
double.
the nose
I
of
didn't
your
even know
car.
you can double jump. This is
Every
a new
game
thing
you should
for
be.
me.
If you can't double jump in a game, you should never play it. This is rule.
This is intense.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. It is intense.
Oh no.
It's okay.
Okay, so you're the Canadian, eh? And you grew up in Albuquerque.
Yes.
And you're a New Mexico Lobos fan because you teach there.
Yeah. So UNM Lobos realized, you know, I believe your daughter's going to Albuquerque for school, right?
Niece.
Excuse me, your niece. I was like, wait, I teach there. I teach teachers how to teach, which is really fun. Because when you bring games into that classroom, they're like, well, these aren't books. And I'm like, it's a literacy that we should be really focused on. You know, they're like, oh, okay. So tell me how we should be using games in the classroom. I'm like, the same way you use books, and movies, the same way you use podcasts. Like, we need to be experiencing them and reflecting on our experiences and asking questions and figuring out.
Shot.
Yeah, no big deal. As I was saying, games are cracked at making kids learn.
Yeah.
I mean, and we have these like classes called you know, books for young adults. I'm like, what about games for young adults? Like, what, you know, everyone's talking about The Last of Us. They have no idea how the literary merit in The Last of Us. Harry Potter, you're playing that for the UNICEF stream tomorrow, I believe, right?
Yesterday.
Like,
yeah,
sorry. Yeah, so like, it couldn't be a more direct parallel. We're talking about literature, pop culture, movies, and now people are like, the game is so amazing. I'm like, yeah, let's play it in school. Let's incorporate Harry Potter into the mix. So I'm thinking about like teaching at the university level. I'm thinking about putting games into the classroom, having, you know, my students experience VR, and understanding why Scholastic Esports is the next battle of the books. Oh my gosh. You got this, Bubba. You got this, Bubba.
Ooh, get in there.
We got half the game left. I'll tell you what.
Okay.
I'm not giving up.
Nice shot.
Be there. Be there for me. Be there for the viewers.
I got a hook.
Invite sent needs you.
No. No. How did
what
they
a shot,
shoot
what a
so
shot.
well?
Good
Cameron
job. Playing
Savage
high
says
level.
win the tourney. Let's go.
Yeah, these we're playing like the top 5% in the world right now.
Oh, we are. Well, wow. We're not being destroyed completely. That's not.
No.
It's all you.
You know.
It's all you.
No, well, you know, you have 6 points, so that's good.
I do.
Oh, get in the hole, Tiger.
So
wrong
okay.
Wrong sport.
So you. Oh no, that was a bad idea. You, growing up in Albuquerque. When did you move to Albuquerque? What age?
Well, no, I was never like living in Canada. My dad's just a Canadian citizen, so like I just have my Canadian roots. I was born and raised in the Borque, as they call it. But we call it the Borque, Albuquerque Borque.
Oh, nice.
The
nice.
505. The yeah, very. You know, you ever watch Breaking Bad?
I just was rewatching it recently. Yes.
There you go. There's our hood.
Okay.
You know, not a lot of Rocket League and Breaking Bad, but I am a high school teacher at times, so you know, I'm never gonna. We don't want to go there, but let's just say, you know, I'm a scientist of sorts. The lab is my gaming lab. You won't see me in a trailer unless it's like a gaming truck, I guess. Very different. Oh my God, he's dead.
Nice. Oh, I'm stuck on the rim. What do I do? No idea.
You just dunk it. MJ, Space Jam. Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. Bubba, I need you right now.
I don't know how to get up in the sky like people do. I have no idea.
You just gotta believe. All right. This is a crazy mode for sure. We just gotta score one more. Let them know that, you know, we're not afraid. Oh, I bumped Ronaldo into the next episode.
I want to get up in the sky like people do.
Look at that. Send it home. Invite
nice.
sent. See
Let's
ya.
go.
No,
oh no!
He just retracted the invite.
He did. Oh, he did it again.
Dude, this is personal. No one ever returns to sender on Bubba's show.
How do you get in the sky like that? I need some coaching next thing around. What's up, Abdul? On Instagram. Like, how do you get up in the sky?
When you jump, I want you to lift up on your arrow key. Or what would that be for you? S?
W?
W?
Oh, pull
that's
back.
Well, you like it like a yoke in a plane, right? So you're gonna actually.
Okay.
I think so.
There.
The keyboard and mouse jockeys are a different breed. I'm gonna
Yes,
tell
we
you
are.
right now. I mean, sometimes I could barely speak English to you guys. You're gonna have to lift the nose of your car up in the air.
Okay.
Okay.
So that doesn't mean moving my mouse down. It means
I have no idea. You're in a whole like. You're talking about physics 3 to me, and I barely like passed like. Let's go into a private match. We're gonna do a little educational training with Dr.
Okay.
450.
Okay. Yes, let's do that.
Okay. You know, this
So-
is how it works here.
So we got Bear Armor saying, funny thing is talking about Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad. That building in Better Call Saul is where my dad works. Oh my. Okay.
Yes, Albuquerque. It's got a really cool scenery for everything we're talking about here. You can almost picture it if you've been there. So let's jump in here. Let's do it. I'm gonna go by your car. Don't you freaking move, Bubba. You just stay over there. Okay. I'm gonna come by, and we're gonna do a little tutorial.
Nice.
Okay, so watch. See my car? Look at
Yes,
those
I do.
wheels.
Hello.
Wiggle around. I'm gonna jump up. I'm gonna lift up. Come back down. Jump up, lift up, come back down. Now you're doing the Simone Biles gymnastics backflips. We need to just jump up a little bit, sit back, and then jump up, put the car up, and then you can always go back down to land on the ground.
like
You know,
that,
kind of like
okay.
you're an Albuquerque lowrider. Jump up, slam the car back down. Jump up, slam back down. Jump up.
What's the guy that gets Tito, or what's the guy in the first season?
Yeah, let's just call him Tito. So you jump up, lift your nose up in the air, and when you have your nose up in the air and you're jumped up, I want you to boost and just hold boost.
I'm doing it, Peter. It's happening.
It's your time to fly.
Ooh, and
Oh, we all learned. You know, just get in there and. I don't know what happened there, but you do it. All right, let's see if you can fly.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
that's fun.
yes,
I had no
yes.
idea this was even a thing.
You know, I played Rocket League about 3 or 4 times, and I was like, man, this game sucks. And then someone's like, let me teach you to fly, dog. And I was like, whoa, this game's awesome now. Like, I can fly! And so totally changed everything. Because at first, it just, I felt like a 3-year-old playing in the sand, smashing cars together. Like, yay, cars! Now I'm like, I get it now. Life makes sense. Like, it has meaning.
I've got to like get the mechanic down, but at least I understand it finally.
Oh yeah. So sorry, I was just I had to let loose on the show just for the viewers, let them know that we are a serious thing here.
This is a ton of fun. I did not even know this was a thing.
Okay, fly around, go for it. You gotta hit the ball, Bubba. Get in there. This is great. People underestimate how challenging this game is.
It is, yes.
But it is freaking hard. People are like, how are you talking while you're playing? How are you? What?
How am I playing at all?
Who am I? What is life?
What
What's my
is
horoscope today? Why am I thinking about this? What is Scholastic Esports?
Scholastic Esports. Oh, we're about that time to actually start talking about that. Oh, I missed it again.
It's okay.
Do that
It's
constantly.
okay.
So the idea of you living in Albuquerque sounds awesome, and it sounds fun. And I'm jealous that Breaking Bad is done proposed there. But now, let's move into your career. What did you do? Is there a growing up Miles Harvey thing you did before your PhD?
Well,
What kind of career did you do? Was it always education?
always education, always hockey. I remember getting my bachelor's degree, and it was just all college hockey. And when my friends were getting a little bit, finished with their career, they're like, what are we going to do? We're like, well, we get a master's degree. We can continue playing college hockey. Like, we still have a little bit of eligibility.
Yeah.
So we got our masters, and some of us got our masters in education while we played college hockey, and that was awesome because I just kind of kept this whole competitive vibe in me about like gaming and playing hockey, going to school. And by that time in school, you can't just like go to school to be a teacher anymore. You're like, so what's your focus? Like, why are you now in school? And I was like, well, let's add games, let's add digital literacy, let's add a lot of these conceptual pieces, theory pieces about, well, I would just say literacy at large. You know, James G. in the late 90s had started this whole thing about like, you know, games are important in education, but he wasn't like a gamer, you know, so it was like taking a class about someone who said books were important but never read them, but like understood that they were like important. Like, okay, like I think I need to be the guy who starts to show why games are important, because I also played them and now I'm a teacher. So like grad school version of me was getting off of playing hockey and realizing that video games are a huge part of my life, and that there are a lot of theoretical and conceptual relatives here to what I'm doing in the classroom. So I brought in games and I made it my new focus. And then like a couple years went by of teaching and playing games and stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna get a PhD. I'm gonna go to school for 4 more years, and I'm gonna focus on this thing that seems to be on the edge of every literary kind of forefront I've been on, is like games are literacy. Games are this reading, writing, thinking, listening piece, and I'm gonna learn more about it, and I'm gonna begin to be like the champion of why we do this stuff. Oh, it gets...
I hit the space bar. Don't worry.
You are a space bar.
I might have to change my settings
my.
to spacebar as something just jump.
Space Bubba.
Let's
That's your
see.
new nickname.
Let's see. Boost is gonna be jump from here on out. Yes.
Okay.
And focus on the spacebar.
I have no remorse on you.
Focus on the ball. I'm gonna put it in the middle. And all right, BSD boost. Actually, I might put. I don't even know. Jump. Let's see, jump should be that. Jump should be spacebar. Boost should be right click.
Yeah, you got this.
My left button. Power slide. What's a power slide?
That's like drifting.
Oh,
you don't have to just. Yeah, you want to be able to.
Add
You know
that.
what? Tokyo drift into everything.
Air roll.
That's
Okay.
like the spin in the air, like Star Fox. Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. Let me look out.
Sorry, Fox. Yeah. Everyone has a Slippy in their life. I thought I lost you.
Bear Armor says, as a player and esports team on an esports, I can say with confidence that Rocket League is a challenging game. And Cameron says, I'm in the semifinals of the Hoops tournament. Let's go. This episode is sick today.
Ooh,
Right?
let's
Okay.
go. People are
Okay.
playing Rocket League while we're talking about Rocket League and stuff. I like this. This is kind of like a. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in overtime. All right.
Oh, we are. Oh, we're in overtime.
You and I. So, yeah, I was just kind of talking about the conception and stuff. I really do. I'm lucky I had hockey. Because hockey made me go to grad school so I could play longer. And then I realized from my background as a gamer how important this new forefront of focusing on games, like academically, there's a lot of anecdotal evidence about there, like, yeah, well, games are important. I'm like, yeah, but how can you help prove that to people? You know, because the average age of a gamer is like 30-something, and I was doing my research, and I found out the average age of a teacher in this country is 42. And I'm like, we're at this intersecting point where soon, like, everyone's going to have the literary perspective of gaming. It's like a lens, right? We know how to move in a 3-dimensional space just as much as you know how to comprehend literature about what's happening in a book, and you can picture what's going on. Like, these are things we develop from experience. So, like, after a bit of this, I was like, you know, I think if I was to focus on this is going to be a big part of our future in education, is knowing how to manipulate objects in 3D spaces. You know, we're not always going to be dissecting real frogs. We're going to be using VR to do this soon. And, like, we need to know how to use games and do this stuff. So that's like what led to the PhD, and like all of a sudden starting gaming. And it was like, this is really important. And a lot of people agreed, but they didn't know why. Yes. Like, why? And, you know, I think the last 5 years of all of this have been the best years. You know, journals in Scholastic Esports have begun. You know, I helped write that first ever empirical research anthology. Like Chris Avila's, Chris Avila's starting, you know, the first ever middle school esports program. We had, I mean, that book with everybody, Steve Isaacs. I just tried to get some of the biggies, Melissa Burns from the Canadian esports, like, we all did it, and we just came together and we're like, it's time to put the anecdotal stuff to bed. It's time to now have peer-reviewed research to support the things that we already think are happening.
Yeah.
And then everything kind of took off from there. It just seemed like a little bit more of it seemed more organic. Before it was like, what are these compounds we're working with? And now it seemed that we were making the periodic table of Scholastic Esports, and now we were able to pick and choose and what are the weights and values of this, and then start to combine and put them together. So no, it was pretty cool. Let's back out of this.
Okay. That was good. I was having to remember that spacebar is my jump now. I lost Tomato. Hello, Tomato 798 on YouTube.
What's up, chat?
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back some 2v2. I'm ready.
You ready?
A little better. No, I'm not ready, but I'm feeling better.
Okay, we're gonna add a third teammate to the mix.
Oh, great idea. Yeah.
And we're going to make it boomer ball, unlimited boost, and the ball's it's gonna be nuts. Okay, so just
amazing.
Hold on to your butts, chat. It's gonna get wild.
This is a limited time.
Limited time only, just like this episode. Chat us, talk to us, let's get to it. This is invite sent. We're not messing around. We're getting into it.
That's right.
Let's go, Bubba.
So Miles, when you're in middle school and you're teaching in middle school and you're teaching in University of New Mexico?
Correct.
So give me the rundown of the things you teach specifically.
I think I have the best job in the country. I get to teach games. I get to teach media literacy. I get to teach Scholastic Esports. I have 5 periods a day of this. So my full schedule is an elective teacher at middle school. But I've developed my own gaming lab in my classroom. It's part of like our STEAM approach.
Okay.
And we treat games as literature. We might be playing a whole game like Detroit Become Human, and we'll be focusing on like the future of technology and artificial intelligence and like human rights, social justice, and we'll do that for a month, like a literal book unit. Then we might be learning about code, and we'll be learning basic coding and like what is Python. I get to do like, we just finished a cryptocurrency unit, and kids know about blockchain and NFTs, and you know, I remember some of your talking with Decentraland. You played that with I forget his name. He's so awesome.
Yeah, Marcus Howard.
Oh my God, Howard's so sick. He's got another great esports book. He's got another one on the way.
Yes.
Like, these kids are learning in my class about things that they are interested in because they're relevant, and like, I always call like coding the new cursive. So we're learning things because it seems to be relevant, and I don't think kids need to know how to make a lowercase cursive Q anymore. What they need to understand is like what's happening in these programs they're using, and if they're going to be using Minecraft Education, how do they get to the code builder? And like, you know, shout out to Unreal Engine 5 with their new Fortnite creative stuff. Like, you're going to need to start knowing how to do some stuff, kiddos. Like, I'm giving you the tools to be able to work with the now. I don't, you know, so I think our class is about being prepared for the now. I wouldn't even call it the future anymore. The future's here. AI is happening. People are like, oh, ChatGPT. I'm like, it's been around. This stuff is, if you're now just focusing on that, you are behind the curve. Now, I get it, it's a hot topic, but golly, like, I don't know, man. It's we're trying to figure out more than just like, if you're figuring out what it is, you're probably having a hard time figuring out what to do with it. And like, there are other people who literally made this.
Good shot. Double tap.
Ah!
Nice, bro. Let's go.
Are you kidding me?
That was good.
Talking about Chat GPT, double tap your face off, futuristic Bubba G live stream. Let's go.
That's right. That's right.
Jesus. Yeah, so it's like a whole new world. People are like, so what's your curriculum? I'm like, whatever's happening in the world, whatever new game just came out. Like, I just got a PlayStation 5 from Best Buy to put it in my classroom, and my kids are gonna freak out because how many teachers get to have a PlayStation 5? And you know, they're like, well, this is important because, you know, the next game that comes out, we want to be able to play it like as if it's a brand new book that gets put into the library. Except in the library, you won't find this stuff usually, but in my class you will. We have artificial this, we have machine learning that, we got the gaming computers, we have virtual reality. So it's this cool spot where kids are like, I'm not just taking music, like I'm producing music in Dr. Harvey's class. Like I'm learning how to use Ableton. Like we're making games and stuff, and I don't know, it's like a really fun job because I get to do things that people like to talk about.
Yeah.
And it's hard because it is. I teach, you know, 100-something kids, and not everything works as idealistically as I'm saying. I started off with one PlayStation, and you know, now I have 7 gaming PCs in my classroom, but that's because I wrote 3 different grants to get them, and that took lots of time. And those last 5 years I was talking about have really been a game changer for a lot of programs. There's a lot of monies going around for students, for schools to get, I don't know, you know, back in the day, 2000, let's go to 2000, early 2000, you know, the gaming lab, not gaming lab, the computer lab in the library were those awesome Mac computers with the translucent sides.
Yeah.
Like, it was like the coolest thing ever.
What was that called? What were those called? What was that?
I don't know, man. I just remember how important it was for computers, no way, to look cool. And like how an RGB lights to a computer were the coolest thing we could ever do for computer science in this country. Now kids are like, wait, what's inside there? It's like glowing. You're like, it's your future. You're like, oh, okay. Like, that's what those little old Mac computers did for me. Was realize like, hey, this is neat. You know, it's just a whole different world. So like, I'm very fortunate. My classroom, I try and imagine, is like a microcosm. It's like a microcosm of what's happening. I have teachers worrying about this or that, and I'm trying to get my students to just figure out like why they shouldn't. Why you shouldn't worry. Yeah, because you know, we got ChatGPT, but what are we gonna use it for? Like, I don't know. Like,
oh no, it's gonna ruin everything. But we can use it. We can use it really well.
We can use it really well, and you know, while some people in economics are learning about the stock market, you know, my students are learning about altcoins and trying to do stock market with crypto. Not because that should be their focus, but because they get to learn the same thing, but while focusing on a little, you know, subculture genre. And then, you know, talking about Decentraland, how do you be in that space? You know, I got these kids who are like, they understand what Robux are because they play Roblox, and I'm like, well, let's work with that. Yeah. Let's go. You know, you have a titanium white octane. Let's talk about NFTs and non-fungible tokens. Like, there's only so many of, you know, so I'm trying to make the parallels of today so they understand the relevance for tomorrow. It sounds like a really horrible cliche statement, but it's true. Like, I'm worried about the state of education and how we're preparing for kids because our examples aren't relative anymore. Well, I mean, yes, it's important to learn about the stock market, but how are we preparing kids to do that? From a textbook? Like, you got any more creative? I'm just coming up with interdisciplinary things here. I mean,
Trying to keep off the ground.
I'm trying.
Oh,
my whole life is floating.
So I love the take on it, because yes, how do we learn how to use ChatGPT in education to make our kids better and more better prepared, right?
Yeah, we're not going backwards. We're going. Yeah, people should be thinking like, where? Yeah, there are 8-year-olds using ChatGPT right now. Where are they going to be when they're in college? Like, just as so much that every time we hit this new innovative technological whatever, there are kids starting the awakening of their life using it. There are kids who have been asking Alexa questions they stopped asking their parents. There are, like, no matter what it's been, we always forget there's some kid, oh, the iPad generation, whatever. There's always that happening right now. So the latest, greatest, whatever, like I mentioned earlier in this podcast, when I got my, the Nintendo 64, when I first got to experience a three-dimensional space. Well, that epiphany, this whole, oh my God, what is it going to do to the world, is always happening to these young kids. And we need to look at the long-term effects of their access to it and where it goes from here. Worried about, the kids in college are going to cheat. Well, let's worry about the kids who are 8 who are now going to grow up with this and how we're going to use it. Because I don't know what to tell you. Like, the people who are older who get this access are shortchanged from the kids who got to experience it from its inception. I'm teaching kids who were born when YouTube started in 2005, and they don't understand a world where this wasn't around. And I always have to empathetically think about where they're coming from, as well as where we're going. And that is the hardest part of the teacher. Like, forget just learning Chat GPT. I'm like, guys, we got to learn how to we need to be way ahead of this. They're like, I'm worried about it. I'm like, well, you're too late. We gotta use this now. Where is it going? What's the next? Whatever. I've seen a lot of people talk about it, right? I'm like, dude, this is just the newest version of that little paperclip in Microsoft Word. The guy's
right.
Like, hey man, I think you shouldn't put this here. And I'm like, this has been around forever, dude.
That's
like,
really a great comparison, man.
Like, where have you been? Like, I don't know, man. Like, how is it thinking? And I'm like, it's always thought. You were always horrible at grammar. It's just finally writing it for you. The paperclip could have wrote your paper for you. It would have, because you were garbage.
Wow, that's really, I feel, very accurate. Can I take your thought about kids asking Alexa things because they don't ask their parents? My next level of this would be when my kid asks me a question, I say, let's ask Alexa. Or, Alexa, how do you spell intangible? And that's...
Absolutely. I think, in a way, technology has also provided us with allowances, but it's also given us some concessions where we forfeited a little bit of our agency as a parent, let's say, or as a teacher. Let's just say we have the Alexa in the science classroom, and the teacher goes, well, Mrs., how many grams are in an ounce? Well, I don't know. Let's ask the Alexa. And, it's able to tell you. Or as a parent, when your kid asks you that one question, you don't have to be the expert anymore. And nor do we have to. Because when your mom says or doesn't answer where babies come from, you know what? Alexa's going to answer it. And I think that's what we need to be aware of, is that the truth is not hidden. It's there. It's objective. And, oh, God. As much as we may not know, I know there's like Alexa for kids and they look cute, whatever. But the questions being asked to those Alexas, if you were to look at the back end data, you would be so surprised at what the kids are asking. And I think when we ask questions to somebody without, I
did something. I shot on goal.
It's surprising, if and it's just a really forward-minded thought, but if our teachers were robots, things would be different. Humans give human-like responses to things, and they're not unbiased. And when you let kids grow up asking the iPad, Google search, or Chat GPT, or Alexa questions, it's going to have long-term effects on the way they interpret information.
Oh my gosh! I did a shot on goal twice in this game.
That would have upset the 1980 Miracle Russian hockey game right there. That would have been the greatest athletic.
Kurt Russell would have been the actor.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Invite sent! God!
Oh my gosh, bro.
Cold War is over. So everyone should have an Alexa. Everybody should be wary of what it's telling you, and more importantly, who's asking what questions.
Okay.
Everyone's worried about what their kid's learning. You should be worried about what access they have to the things they're learning. Where, you know, it was like, what's your teacher say today? I'm like, oh yeah, what did Alexa say to the questions you asked? You know what? Everyone's like worried about what ChatGPT gets his sources from, and I'm like, God, you don't worry about who your friends are talking to or what TikToks they're watching? Like that's. Oh man. I think teenagers are a byproduct of the top 5, not best friends, but the social media influencers that they're listening to. Oh, dropping the drift. Come on.
Nice shot.
Help me out here. Get in there. Get in there. Come on. Bubba, I need you. I need you. I need you right now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We just need one. We just need one, baby.
Look the wrong way.
Gosh. No. No. Here we go. How hard is it?
Uh-oh.
No!
Oh, dang it.
This has got to be the hardest show to run. Playing the game that is, you know, if your brain could you could look at your RAM or CPU capacity, it'd be like we're like overloading right now. Like playing the game is already too much.
We're at 300.
Like anytime I ask a question, my game freezes.
Yeah.
Like I can't think. You know, if we had an MRI or an EKG,
right. Yeah.
Now our brain would look like it's on fire. Like, you know, and we run all these tests for people. Like, what happens when kids are reading? Like, how are their brains firing off in the cell? Dude, you should see our brains right now. You would call the freaking fire department.
Yes.
We're basically neuroscientists right now, Bubba. I mean, let's be honest. We're brain surgeons that don't need a scalpel. That's what teachers are, and we're doing big things. ChatGPT! Ah! No. Don't do us like this. Don't do us like this. It's doing. No. I called it.
Ronnie says, this is such a fascinating conversation. Yes, I am listening and learning and laughing quite a bit on the show.
I'm hurting right now. Do you see that goal that just got scored on us?
There's usually a lot more questions coming out of me today, but I'm having too much fun today.
Dude, this is baloney.
Oh my gosh.
This mode crazy?
Hey, I had 2 shots on goal. I didn't even know it was a thing. It could even happen.
Oh, the pre-workout feels so good in my veins.
Now I see why my kids love this game. They play it whenever they get their hands on their devices. Oh, I got a baby turtle.
I mean, who doesn't, Bubba?
So I have good. I guess I have skins and stuff because my youngest son, he plays it on the Switch on my account.
Okay.
And he spends about half the time redoing the whole car.
Oh,
and then,
yes.
And then trying to make it customized, and then he plays for a while. So
I'll tell you this, and I'll just make this connection. I mean, every kid loves to do that, and I'm playing Fortnite in my class. Fortnite Fridays, big shout out to JD Williams, he hosts that. But when we playing on Fridays, in my classroom, my kids are like, "Wait, I gotta change everything on the character." I go, "We don't have time to change your pickaxe," and but they have to. Like, there's this thing, and it's so important to them, and I think there's something to dig into that. But with Rocket League, he'll even same guy at JD will be like, "Yeah, I had practice the other day, and like one of my kids sat down and like he just started like editing his car, which has nothing to do with like his performance, but they love to do that." And the reason I make this third connection is when we read a book, any book, let's say a traditional novel, kids don't get to change their main character. They have to be the character that the author has. And the author, or the authority of the text, that's where it comes from, they dictate where the story is going, and they dictate what the character's like, how they're going to feel. They don't get to do the Harry Potter Dark Slytherin run. They don't get to choose that someone's going to become evil or wear this hairstyle like that. And the narrative agency, or the ability to change and take ownership of the medium we are using, is such a huge part of this new world of technological I'm in itness. I get to change your hairstyle, I get to choose your action. Yeah, I'm playing the game, but I'm in control here. And a novel doesn't let you do that. The novel is constantly trying to get you to understand what someone else is doing, and it's a very interesting concept. You play any game now, and people are like, "Yeah, well, I'm gonna change the character to what I want." I'm like, "Yeah, Rocket League, I mean, Fortnite, whatever." You're like, "Hold on, let me change my character." I'm like, "What? Like, this has never happened in the history of."
Yeah, I can see it from your perspective with middle schoolers constantly, because yes, that's my kids. I actually wrote an article, and I talked about it with a lot of people, of Fortnite and skins in any game, even this, is a form of bullying in schools comparison, because the default skin, and there's other people who have written about this, but what I noticed when I tried to play some duos and squads on Fortnite, and then I play with my son and his friends, our friends from church, and the very similar conversation is always, "Yeah, I don't have the newest skin, but I got this from last season."
Turk it to the bank. Sorry, go ahead.
He'll say, "Yeah, I got this one from last season, I guess." And I'm like, "Why are you saying it like that? Are you? Does it feel like embarrassing?" Because if you're wearing a default skin, you obviously didn't steal your mom or dad's credit card to be able to buy skins on Fortnite, or you didn't get a V-Bucks gift card, because it's the same as I didn't get the nice clothes and nice shoes to wear to school. And so
Oh yeah, the cultural capital is not the same.
Yeah. So I very much feel, especially with kids, I mean even adults, like, yeah, you probably deal with it a lot, of kids wanting to change their skin quite a bit and constantly, because my kids do it, so they're one of them in middle school. So it's definitely got to be rough if you're dealing with them all the time.
Well, it's just a funny psychological thing, a lot of people may just be using games. Oh, good shot by him. I'm always wondering what's happening as a result of the playing, of the questions, of the iterances, the utterances, the thoughts, the reflections. I mean, my dissertation was about using video games in middle school and the thoughts, experiences, and the effects of it. And we journaled every day after we played games, and students answered like open reader response questions. How did you feel today? What in the game made you think of what? Like, there were no comprehension questions. Because, like, I'll tell you this, no book I ever read that was worth a darn in the back had like questions, critical thinking questions by the author. Well, now that you read chapter 8 and you really enjoyed it, like, tell me, who was wearing a red shirt and was... No, I've never read a book in my life where the author was like, well, I'm going to make questions that go with this. No, they're like, screw the questions, man. I don't want my wonderful piece of literature to have my art. I never met a person who made a famous piece of art and then wrote artistic evaluation questions that go with it. Well, now that you've observed my piece of art, tell me, what do you think the mood and tone was? Like, no, it's interpretive. You get to enjoy the game or the story, the art piece. Nice. And you get to be affected by it. And a lot of times when we're gaming or reading a book or whatever, like, we love to test people on the... I go, there's no test here. The test, let's say in a game, is embedded in the fact that there are bosses and levels within it. That is the test. It is in it already. A story is like, can you read it? Like, can you interpret what's going on? Like, there shouldn't be a literature test. How did you feel? You didn't feel the right way about this. You should have felt sadness about the main character. But instead, we're like, comprehension questions, go with it. And I get it, like, do you know what happened? But that should already be a gimme. You should be reviewing anything you're teaching in your class enough that kids get it. I hope you guys got it. If not, we're going to be a test. I'm like, wait, what? Like, I thought the whole point of this class was to learn about what's happening. No.
Well, you mean America has an issue with over-testing kids?
Yeah, like, wait.
What?
Like, learning is I don't know. The test is learning. It's not, we like to say, did the kids learn? You need to say, it's a famous thing from John Dewey, experience is education. That's a famous educational theorist. And I always took it from games, the XP. The XP that you get in games is a result of you being in the space, you getting time in it, you learning, you doing things. And like, experience in education isn't always, well, let's test it. I'm like, well, in a game that's called a boss. Like, in Scholastic Esports, that's the competition. in learning, we're like, well, we don't know what to do. Let's make a multiple choice test out of it. I'm like, well, this isn't organic at all. And, you might consider a test in reading a read aloud, and then I don't know, man. Some of this stuff just bugs me lately. Like,
Sure.
I'm pretty irked.
And it's
by
not like
the
there's
way
an
we're
exodus
doing
of
things.
teachers or anything that you.
There's a new wave of teachers coming in,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'll take the optimistic side here. Things are getting better, and the new wave of soldiers coming in are about to destroy how it used to go down.
What were we thinking? Kind of.
I think that, yeah, they're coming in. You know, the average age of a teacher maybe 42. Think about the infrastructure of the mindset of that person and where they came from. The person going to school over the last 4 years right now to be a teacher has these new weapons, these new things that they are equipped with that are like, kids are like, whoa, like you're an amazing. And I'm not saying just because you're an older teacher, you're not adopting these new weapons. I think there's a lot of research to say that, you know, whatever you graduate with as a teacher is kind of what you continue to use. And some people are different, but I'm talking the new age teachers coming into play right now have some crazy weapons, and they are going to make a huge dent in the way kids learn and experience education. So like, I am hopeful. I'm optimistic. The best teacher is one coming in right now without any grudge. They want to come in and make a change, and they're not, you know what I mean? I'm not saying every teacher who's been in it a while is supposed to be bad. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that the people you seeing are leaving are the ones that have been worn down, and the new troops coming in to replace them are empathetic, and they're coming in with an optimistic viewpoint, and we're going to make a change.
That's really encouraging. That's really. I mean, I've been teaching in the higher ed space for 9 years, and it's. I get a lot of student athletes are in my classes because I work in the sports and health and human performance department, and there's a lot of students that are going into teaching or coaching or whatnot, and that's really encouraging to hear what you say about that, and especially for my own kids who are going to be going into high school next years. That need this new wave of teachers, especially always feeling like if we just move to some other country, the education system will. But every other country has its own problems that my wife sets me straight when. Why don't we just move here? It'd be great.
It's not that simple. It's not like, oh well, the Canadian Chat GPT is better. Like that's not how it works. Like Switzerland's using the same computer we're using. You know, it's the kid typing and the place they go home to that matters most.
Well, it's the socialization of those teachers and the experiences they get. It sounds like that could be changing for the better, as well as rocking the boat to say, why are we basing school systems on? Let's just start with property tax. Why are we basing school systems on testing scores and whether they get funding or not? I mean, that would be a great conversation for these new teachers to push against.
Yeah, and you're talking about rocking the boat.
Uh-huh.
I mean, all the rocking of this boat has made the designing of these new boats less rockable, and now they're coming in and they're sturdier. And I do think there's some people who eventually they capsize, just trying to keep your metaphor going, and there's some people go, I've been watching the sea, and now I've produced technology to make an even greater boat. And those are the new teachers coming into this field who go, no, like I've seen this. I've been through the tsunamis. This is not going to capsize me. Matter of fact, we're prepared for the new wake coming in. We're going to be riding the wake. It won't be attacking us. We'll be the ones surfing on top of it, buddy. So I do think we're playing with something we've never, like the tools of today are definitely more powerful than they've ever been. And I don't think that they're going to hurt anybody. I think if anything, it's going to help us.
Last two questions here. First one. I'm kind of excited for the Unreal editor for Fortnite to build, especially because you can build any games just like you would in Roblox Studio, is what they're making it sound like. So I'm super excited for that. What do you think? We talked a little bit about it. How do you think that's going to fit into your classroom or your new curriculum with this new Fortnite 2.0 creative editor? And will you put it in there?
I was just talking to a couple people about this. I think it's going to be a game changer, pun intended. I myself have to learn how to use Unreal Engine 5, and from it in itself is a curricular vehicle like none other. It is something that I'll be teaching my teachers how to use. and it's it's going to be massive. A lot of us we want to go somewhere to like, what website do we use? What's the resource we should use for our curriculum? I'm like, in addition to not just Unreal Engine 5, but then combining it with a game like Fortnite, all of a sudden kids could make anything. Like it's Fortnite creative was already pretty awesome. Now all of a sudden, if you have any interest in building, making music, if you want to make a scene, like when we're reading Shakespeare, which we do in my class, then I have them like reenact it in Fortnite, and then we like we like act it out in a virtual space. Well, now like Fortnite Creative 2.0, they're going to be contextualizing the setting to be representative of the contextual evidence, and then acting it out, and then making things like, we could take it so many steps further as a result of the resources in the new Fortnite Creative that I'm excited to see where it goes.
Laven Esports on Twitch says, I was thinking about how this could hit so many of our social studies standards, landforms, geography, etc. So, like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think it's our ability
Well, we already
to
did that with Minecraft, right? Like we did that with
exactly.
Yeah.
And Clever like they do a bunch of stuff with Minecraft and Unreal Engine, and they've been kind of ahead of the curve. I heard that they were able to do stuff behind the scenes with Fortnite and work with this. Brian Dickman, Eric, they've been doing some cool stuff, and like now I'm starting to see that they just have this library of resources that you can bring into Unreal Engine to then be employed or put out through Fortnite, that if you have the ability to use the medium, then you can leverage its benefits. And I'm going to say that's going to be the biggest hurdle, is teaching everyone this new thing, and there's always a new thing in education. I would argue, and I remember a little as a hypocrite here, I don't know Unreal Engine like I should. I know that it's probably the most important thing that I need to know in order to be a better teacher right now.
It's hard to say for that. I don't know, Miles. You got to pick and choose here, because what I see from what you do, from Detroit Becoming Human, I absolutely love that game, and you doing a walkthrough in class and asking those critical thinking questions is huge. So I mean, maybe you don't have to know it right away. It is fun, but I say you're doing a lot of really amazing stuff. First of all, so don't
It's
sell
tricky.
yourself short.
I like to imagine like my classroom is a restaurant. I'm the chef, and everything I'm doing is like the ingredients and what I'm, I feel like I don't have some of the strategies to whip up some of these dishes because I haven't, gone through the training yet, and there's always some new dish or some new flavor and ingredient, some exotic thing that I haven't quite explored yet. Imagining I'm Anthony Bourdain, I just haven't traveled there yet and had the chance to really sit down and do it. But no, I do like to think of myself as like this master chef who could whip this dish up, and then I go, oh, but I couldn't quite make you a world in Fortnite, and like, oh, but that's what we want to do, and I'm like, well, I can't make that. It's just like it's it's frustrating. I do like to dabble in everything, and if I was a musician, I would love to play every instrument, kind of thing. And right now, there's a couple that I just don't know how to twang.
Well, okay, I see that. I look at this. I'm really excited about it because I built 2 different Roblox games.
Oh,
and,
nice.
And I like it, but man, now that I've played kind of Fortnite creative mode and stuff, and like the Fortnite creative, oh, what are they called? Like the obstacle course. So like I built I built like this metaverse hangout. I wanted to create so people could just hang out and chat and talk or whatever. There's an arcade, play games. And then I have this other one that is my What is Esports course, basically as I'll have to find it. But it's as if you've seen my my courses on What is Esports and how here it is. I'll just
yes.
I took all of our research on What is Esports and I turned it into a game. And so I like Roblox. I like the idea of it. But now with this Fortnite 2.0, with this creative, I can remake this game in Fortnite 2.0 creative and have a lot more fun. So like, yeah, I built this whole like thing.
I
With
know
this
it's so sick.
It's fun.
I love that. Yeah,
It's
it's
fun.
super cool.
And so now I want to take this because when I look at the Fortnite creative games where you have to get to these checkpoints and then you have to, jump over things. That's what I want to create because this is really fun. Because all this is like this platform. If you see it, this platform was just a big block that I shrunk down in size or made larger. And then there's an X, a Y, and a Z axis. You just go up and down. So yeah, don't choose the wrong one because you die. So
you deserve death if you choose the wrong.
If you choose how to spell it wrong,
you die.
Yeah. So I've got this, and then there's over there. There's a maze you go through, and you answer. Well, no, and you answer questions. But I want to rebuild this, not in the Roblox way. Look, right? I want to make it nice. So I think Chris Turner and I are probably going to do some other building of things in the new Fortnite Creative 2.0. I'd love to do something with you, and maybe we could do a show together where you and I just learn and build it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely into the collective cooking show where everybody's working with the ingredients, and I mean, I really think what you're talking about conceptually is what I'm all about. Is we're using something to make something, and now there's a new version out to make something better. But what's important is that you can make something. It used to be after you read a book, someone would go, well, everyone go home and get a shoebox, and you're gonna make a scene out of the shoebox that depicts part of the book, and you're like, this is what I'm doing? Like, how is this supposed to help me in the real world now? What you have is the 2022 version of a shoebox. Is you're making something, and now in 2023 we have this Fortnite 2.0 creative, and the person reading, I don't know, what's a popular, Charlotte's Web. If someone could make Charlotte's Web in Minecraft, that's much better than a shoebox. And here's my animals, and that's the new version of today that's going to help this kid with tomorrow. And so if we could get into Fortnite creative later, kind of talk about this new shoebox thing we're doing, I think that's where we need to be, is making things in the now and not worrying about how to write a cursive lowercase q, because right now on invite sent we're talking about the future and we're bringing up real topics. So I appreciate you keeping it real with me.
You're too interesting to let go. Your Miles of Learning blog, you've been writing since 2016. What do you feel like is your best blog and most impactful blog post out of those 5 years? Nope.
Man, I gotta admit, like,
7, 8?
I forget that I had my own website domain. I had to be funny with it, milesoflearning.com. I post a lot of stuff on my socials, but I forget that the only one I truly own as a centralized platform really is my website. I would say at the very beginning of the blog, you start to see me playing with the ideas we talked about earlier at the beginning of this episode, like me thinking about books as literature and me thinking about, the shoebox idea. I mean, I would say when you go down to the very bottom and you see me almost talking, like arguing with myself about, is this right? Are we in the right spot? I'm going to add more to it. But even that photo you have of right now of, like, there's my Game Boy Advance, there's James G's, video games and what it has to do with literacy. I started learning about all this stuff by going to the library, grabbing backpacks, and putting as many books as I could in them, and coming home. And my lady would be like, why do you have all these books? I'm like, because I got to start from the very beginning. Like, everybody wants to talk about now, but they have no idea where it came from. And yeah.
Okay, I want to bring you on in this thing we're doing with the Entertainment Software Association and the Video Game Hall of Fame. We're doing a content series around the history of video games, but in bite-sized TikTok format. So I think I need to have you on that. So we'll talk more.
I'll be ready with the pre-workout. The pre-reading, the pre-workout,
Miles, thank you for coming. You get the fun seat for 30 seconds here to say whatever you want, promote anything you want, and say anything. So this is all you.
You got 30 seconds. I'm going to say that a lot of people, they have a bad perspective of where we're going with education. I'm going to say things are getting better. And there's no better time to be learning. There's no better time to be teaching. The resources we have are greater than they've ever been. There are more books out. There are more games out. If you're interested in this stuff and you want to pursue it, go for it. There's so many great agencies. There's so many good people in the space. Shout out to NASEF. Shout out to JD. Shout out to River and Clever. Shout out to Mr. Savage. Shout out to James Monroe. Shout out to UNM. I really think there's a lot of good people in the space who are making change, and I'm really, really excited about the future. So if you thought this was great, wait for future episodes from Invite Sent, because it's only going to get better.
Very nice. Miles, let's do some more stuff together. Let's hang out. Let's make some more content together sometime, and maybe teach me some more Rocket League.
Yeah, double jumping was a start. Only up.
I didn't even know I could even do that. I learned so much today. You taught me so much.
I appreciate it, buddy. This has been amazing.
Yeah. Well, I will catch you later. I'm gonna shut down the show. We'll shut down that control room and enjoy the rest of your spring break.
You got it, man.
All right. See you, bud.
Later.
Okay, everybody. Thanks so much for coming. That was actually a lot of fun. I usually the show is me asking more questions. It was so difficult to play Rocket League today. Silly. I need to get on. I got my PlayStation controller right here. I need to use it. But thank you guys for being here. Next Wednesday, we're gonna have Jeff Palumbo from Lenovo, and next Friday, we're gonna have Aaron, Ashley, Simon. We're talking this week to figure out what game we want to play. We're gonna have her on the show next Friday, and it'll be fun. Yeah, I should adjust my camera settings. You're right. But thank you guys so much for coming to Invite Sent. I'm Bubba Gaddert. This is a live streaming show where we interview people and play video games. See you next time.
Hello, my name is Christy Kester. As a public educator for the past 24 years, I have watched as interest in esports has exploded in schools across the world. Last fall, I joined the High School Esports League and helped to establish the education department. Since then, we have been working hard to integrate esports into education to create a scholastic gaming experience where students can learn, play, and compete. With our evidence-based, STEM.org-approved gaming concepts curriculum, schools can offer 4-credit classes during the school day that help improve chronic absenteeism, student engagement, and mental health.
As a senior former ER physician, I see the incredible need for supporting mental health in students in today's schools. In fact, schools at a formidable crossroads where a pervasive and persistent decline in youth mental health now intersects with staff burnout. This has not been a sudden problem, but rather one we've seen over decades. The American Academy of Pediatrics announced in 2019 that 1 out of 3 students meets the criteria for generalized anxiety disorder before graduation. And the CDC reaffirmed that between 2009 and 2019, depression increased in adolescents by roughly 40%. The most telltale sign that grabbed all of our hearts was when the Surgeon General announced in December of 2021 that female adolescents increased their visits to the emergency departments around the nation by 51% for suicidal ideations. In the face of this, schools are desperately seeking solutions and ways to support those that struggle with mental health challenges. Now, these statistics that I mentioned are averages. We know there are some cohorts that are at higher risk, particularly those students who do not feel they have a safe place or a legitimate connection to school. That's where esports represents a tremendous opportunity. Students who are not currently involved with sports, music, arts, and traditional extracurriculars are left with minimal opportunities to make a connection. Yet many of these students find connections to their friends and other social outlets through online activity, including gaming. So, Scholastic Gaming represents an opportunity to leverage an area of interest into a legitimate class that meets state standards and expectations, all through an evidence-based curriculum that can simultaneously support self-esteem, self-efficacy, and life skills in many kids who desperately need it.
Hi, my name is Michael Russell. During my career as a teacher, I was fortunate enough to have the support of my administrator as I began the journey to establish the first 4-credit Scholastic Gaming course in the nation. At HSEL, we have the resources and data to help you speak with your administrators about the impact that Scholastic Gaming and esports can have for your students. We have strategies that can help you with acquiring technology and curriculum, such as ESSER funds, grant applications, and partnerships. The High School Esports League has invested significant resources in helping our education partners, and we are excited about this opportunity to help you establish Scholastic Gaming in your school.
We're at the Collegiate Esports
of Commissioner's Cup. Let's make some noise.
Oh, and it's gonna
jumped into
it. Corner judge is good for 1, 2. Yeah, he needs more. They're doing even more here. You gotta touch the point. Mr. Collins walks it in.
Toy Boy just gonna drop.
Knife him.
Right out in front.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, running.
Life is busy. Every day we ask questions like, what's happening today? What should I wear? How am I going to fit everything in? But then there are bigger questions like, why am I here? What's my purpose? Where am I heading? Is there more to life than this? These are some of life's big questions, but there's rarely enough time to think them through. That's why Alpha exists. Alpha is a place to explore life's big questions in a safe and open environment. It's a series of sessions where anyone can share their thoughts and opinions and ask questions without feeling judged. When you come to an Alpha, you'll notice that first, there's food. Whether it's a full meal or a light snack, this is the time to get to know each other in a casual setting. Next, you'll watch an Alpha talk. The talks are created to engage and spark conversation. They explore big issues around faith from a Christian perspective. After the talk is a time for discussion. This is the most essential part of any Alpha. It allows everyone to share their own opinions on the ideas presented in the talks. It's a time for people with different thoughts, beliefs, and experiences to ask honest questions and have open conversation. Every week, there are guests coming for the first time to an Alpha in their community. Alpha is for everyone, regardless of background or beliefs. There's no pressure, no follow-up, and it's completely free to attend. Come and explore life's big questions. Find an Alpha near you today.